Hello everybody, KYN here and welcome back to my Let's Play of LemRunner. So, I have some pretty good news, and that is I was able to solve Industry War 10 on my own during my off-camera time. I pretty much did some more hashing out during the night, and now I'm back to record to manually recreate the solution by hand, and therefore finish up the entire LemRunner pack. So, let's go ahead and get into the Let's Play and see the solution in action. Alrighty, Industry War 10, Deadweight. 4 lemmings, 7 neutrals, and 1 zombie, and we need to say 10 of them. Okay, so, as it turns out, there was one thing that I did not bother to try, only because I thought it just wouldn't work. Like, it was pretty similar to Industry War 8 in a way, in that, like, I thought this part here would take way too many builders. But as it turns out, it still worked. But in any case, before I get to that part, first off, we're going to start here in the starting area. And here are some crucial skill placements here. So first one will stack. Next one will get up on top of the stack, and where he will stack. And then the next one will get will jump when he's pretty close. And as a matter of fact, I believe this has to be pixel precise here. So no, that did not work. Yeah, so it has to be really, really pixel precise. So he has to take that moment to hoist. Yeah, so that now he is able to bash on through. No problem. But again, as I have noted, it has to be pixel precise. Now this here, I would say the hardest part besides seeing building in this area right here is trying to beat this neutral right here. Yeah, this part is quite difficult to see. So after he's just passed the wall here, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and cancel him mid-stroke with a jumper. And then once he turns around, we're gonna go ahead and have him platform across. Here we're not gonna interrupt him with a jumper. Yeah, just to like speed him up along. Because as it turns out, when I did that, I was at least a skill short. Yeah, preventing me from solving this low. Then when he gets to here, he's gonna bash, and then we're gonna quickly cancel him mid-stroke with a jumper. And then we're gonna go ahead and bash here. And then we gotta make sure that he is able to jump. Yeah, rather than take a mini-second jump and get interrupted. Alrighty, so he's a little bit behind the neutral right now. So in the meantime, this neutral right here, he uses the teleporter and pops up over here. So, as has been stated plenty of times in the other videos, it is important that we beat this neutral to this walker pickup before he collects the last gold button. So to help with this, instead of using the teleporter coming from the right, from the left, we're gonna go ahead and jump over the teleporter, and then he's gonna come out to the left. So it seems a little counterintuitive here, but bear with me here. And then here, I'm gonna go ahead and dig down to get him ahead of the neutral. So now they're just gonna speed along the bottom here. Here, I don't think it really matters where you start jumping, just as long as you jump over the last gold button. Okay, and then the instant he just barely gets the walker pickup, but he does so before the neutral can collect the last gold button. So once you get that pickup, then we need to go ahead and release the blocker from his blocking duties. So he avoids the unlocked exit in time. So that allows him to bash the neutrals, which are trapped behind on the other side of the crate. So these neutrals and pre-placed lemming will just exit. And now we can just simply turn our focus on these 3 normal lemmings. Alrighty, and then with the second lemming that's going out to the right, I'm gonna have him jump to get on top of the stack here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and dig just before he moves too far to the right and is not able to remove this bottom stack. Yeah, this will be important, as we will see later on. And then with the other lemming, we're gonna go ahead and start building up to the structure here. Alright, and then I believe he's dug enough of the stack away so that they once we release the zombie, he'll be able to keep going out to the right. And so in this case, we're gonna go ahead and stack with him. And notice that he's not standing on anything while he's stacking, because essentially, yeah, he shifts over to the right a little when stacking. So pretty much when stacking after digging, yeah, the lemming will be offset a little to the side, rather than being on the center, which is where the digger's position is. So once he finishes, yeah, then he's just going to fall down. And now comes this long platforming section. And hopefully, just hopefully, I started the builder section in the right place. Okay, so he, in the meantime, will keep on platforming across, while this guy will keep on building up. Alright, and hopefully, just hopefully, he doesn't turn around. The builder, that is. And I guess it doesn't really matter if he does. Well, let's just see what happens. Like, would the platformer even finish on time, though? No, it does not seem like it. Nope. Okay, so I started a little too late with the builder there. Just a little, though. So that's not a problem. We'll just build a little bit further back. And then, yeah, the rest of it will proceed just like it did before. Okay, I might have started a little too far back. Because yes, he should get up there with just 4 builders. And yes, I did start a little too far back that time. So, I'm just going to scoot him in a little. Most importantly, I probably could have, like, used some stretching there. Some bridge stretching. Okay, I believe this should work now. Yes, perfect. And then we're gonna go ahead and use our remaining 2 builders to get up here. Yeah, and he's going to need 2 more platformer sections here. Yes, perfect. Although I guess here it technically does not matter now if the builder does turn around. But, well, I remember the solution working out when the builder did not turn around. Alrighty. So, we use our remaining platformer for this gap here. And then here, I'm going to have him turn around. While the other platformer that just finished over here, yeah, he turns back to the left. He's going to be the one to free the zombie here. Yes, unfortunately, the zombie turns around just in time before he gets to the wall. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and avoid the zombie by jumping over him. So he just exits. And now we need to save 2 more lemmings. Yeah, which will be this regular lemming and also this regular lemming down here. Alright, so now, in order to dispose this zombie, who is now coming out to the right, we're going to go ahead and dig down here. Let me see. Gonna make sure I do this in the right spot. Alright, and then after he is low enough, now we're going to go ahead and stack with him to stop the digger. And then he's going to turn around and drop down here safely. In the meantime, the zombie that's coming over, yeah, so you see why we had to dig this way so that we dig the bottom stack lower so the zombie can go out to the right. And now he's over here. Now he's just simply going to drop down and splat. Okay, so now the zombie threat is disposed. And now we can go ahead and make the regular lemmings climbers. Alrighty, so I had the regular lemming turn around back to the right, and now I make him a climber. Alrighty, so they're just going to go ahead and go up this digger shaft that was made. And then, to get them going to the left where the exit is, now we just assign the climbers jumpers, while they're climbing up the wall to the right here, on the right side here. Okay, one final jumper, and that's it. So you see, that's why we don't interrupt the platformer with a jumper up here, because otherwise I'll be a jumper short. And that is already it. So, now they can just walk to the exit for the grand finale. And there is a neutral remaining, but that is quite alright because we have already met the save requirement. So now we can just go ahead and nuke the neutral. And I'm going to assume the same thing happens as when you complete Renaissance Lemmings. Yeah, exactly. No congratulatory text or anything. And so yes, so you see we were successful. And with the completion of Industry War 10, that brings us back to the first level, which is Jungle War 1. And thus we have come to the end of the level pack. So finally, yeah, after being majorly stumped on Gear War 7 for almost 2 months, yeah, I finally finished the LP of the pack, of the level pack, about a week after I came back last week. Okay, so seeing how that was the final level of the pack, I am actually curious as to the intended solution for that level. So let me go ahead and load the level again, and this time I'm gonna go ahead and load a 10x's solution here. I'm really curious as what he intended on this level, because in a way I felt like my solution was a bit hackish, especially this part right here. Yeah, and some parts actually felt unintended to me. Yeah, I'm not sure if this part here was intended, building up here with those 4 builders. But well, let's go ahead and see 10x's solution here. Okay, so first time he jumps, so see, already the solution is already different there. And then he bashes through. Oh, and then he bashes with the third lemming. Ah, that's pretty interesting. And then he builds up here. Okay, so I guess he just platforms across with this one. Okay, and then once the builder turns around, then he jumps. Yes, platform across. Jump again. Stacks here. Okay, this lemming just goes on and is safely contained in here. Okay, then he starts building up. That's pretty interesting. So, since this beginning part is severely different from mine, I am curious as to how he raced the neutral then. Yeah, if that's what the solution will be showing later on. So it should be 2 builders like my solution. Because so far I don't see anything indicating that he's trying to beat the neutral here. Okay, platform of course. Yeah, which is exactly what I did. Okay, and this should take 6 platformer sections, just like in my solution. No, I don't see anything indicating that he's gonna try and beat the neutral here. Oh wait, maybe he's trying to infect the I think he's trying to infect the neutral. Maybe. Okay, and then finish the platformer section here. Okay, jump over the zombie. Okay, and then he ducked this away. Ah, yeah, yes, looks like that's what it is. Yeah, he's going to make a digger shaft so that the zombie falls right where the neutral would be. So, now that I'm already seeing that. Okay, So since he's trying to do that obviously never occurred to me to use the zombie for that purpose. So that's quite clever, I must say. So no wonder I struggled with this level greatly. Okay, so build here. So yeah, once he builds here, he digs in such a way so that he lands on this platform here, and then builds up here. Okay, and then this is where the zombie should and the neutral should meet. So he digs down here. Okay, and then jumps before he is able to fall down here and splat. Okay, yeah, just like I said, I must say this is quite clever then, using a zombie to infect the neutral. And so now that the neutral is a zombie, he can no longer interact with the pickups and the go buttons. Yes, that is clever. That is extremely clever. So no wonder I was struggling so much with this level. Yeah, because I used an extremely fiddly and messy solution. Yeah, to try to race the neutral. Yeah, and as it turns out, it was completely unintended. Especially since the beginning part of 10x's solution is way different from mine. Okay, and then he stacks here. He also stacks here. Oh, he does it. He did it in such a way so that the platform does not turn around. Okay, so he stacks there. So these two should be fine. Well, except for here. Maybe, I'm assuming he builds up. Okay, he digs down here. Builds up. Okay, so now he should be safe in here. Okay. Yes, that should definitely be a safe fall. Okay, and this is a climber-friendly wall. Okay. So now what else does he do? Okay, platforms up this gap. And then, yeah, I thought he bashes through, which he does. Okay, plenty jump burst at this point, though. He used half of them, so... Oh. What happened? Oh, release the blocker from his blocking duties. Bashes on through to release the neutrals. Okay, that was the final go button, so now the exits are unlocked. This regular Lemming would just exit. Here, he needs to jump over, I believe. Yes. Okay, he gets a climber, jumps over. Yeah, and then I'm assuming he makes him jump right here, and so he climbs. Yep. Okay, stacks again. Ah, yeah, to stop the other climber that will come back up from going out to the left here. Okay, and then I'm assuming that he just patches this up with a builder. Okay, makes him a climber. And then finally give him a jumper here. Well, and technically he could have made him jump while he's climbing right now. Yeah, he didn't have to wait for him to turn back to the left first. But well, this works too. Okay, and that's it. Okay, this is a really interesting intended solution. I have to say, his solution and mine are probably equally as complex. Probably mine just slightly more. Yeah, due to how very fiddly and messy it is. But yes, like I said, using the neutral, no, not the neutral, the zombie to infect the neutral. I gotta say, that's quite clever. That's extremely clever. And that did not occur to me at all to do such a thing. So, so I especially compare solutions to those levels that I felt were what I did was hackish. Yeah, like I feel like I did not do the level properly, or solved it properly, I should say. And in case it wasn't clear to either Tanix or Dexter before, yeah, I don't watch solutions until I've solved the level myself first. So since I have solved these levels at least once, yeah, it's safe for me to watch their intended solutions. Um, yeah, as nothing will be spoiled for me, because I've already solved all these levels at least once. But in any case, yes. So pretty interesting intended solution here for Industry World 10. Alrighty, and then since this is pretty much the end of the LP, I think what I'm going to do now is that because there's still the video hasn't been too long just yet, I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show off the solutions to lows that were changed in the meantime, as I haven't really um, like gone back. Well, when I started the LP, I was solving the first version of each level, yeah, rather than the most recent version. And so, as a result, when I finally did update the level pack, some of the levels changed, and my replays ended up breaking. So I'm gonna go ahead and show the solutions to the levels that changed. So first up will be Jungle War 3 here, Ziggurat. And I gotta say, after resolving this one, I gotta say, this is still one of my favorites at the Jungle War rank. Even more now that the intended solution seems to be completely enforced now. I really love the solution here. Alrighty, and then yes. So as you can see, I have two replays. We're just going to use the one with the most recent timestamp. So this indicates that Jungle War 3 was indeed one of the lows that changed. So this is the solution. So we bash. So as it is right now, this pre-placed neutral, yeah, who happens to be a disarmer and a climber, he is currently stuck in this infinite loop. Yeah, thanks to this one-way wall, and also this one-way wall, one-way force field, and also this wall here. So if nothing is done, he's just stuck in this loop. So first, let me get here. He's going to go ahead and bash. Let me see. Looks like I gave him a glider. Okay, next one behind him will platform. So by bashing this wall away, the neutral will now be free once he falls back down. And then, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and platform up this gap, of course. Okay, next one will get a glider. Okay. And then, when the platformer finishes, there's going to be this tiny gap here. So, we're going to go ahead and block, and the result is this. Since the neutral walked past the platformer, yeah, the same thing's going to happen as it did up here. He's going to be stuck in this infinite loop here. Yeah, thanks to the wall and the blocker. Once he finishes climbing up and falls back down, he will fall to the left. But because of the blocker, blockers are able to turn followers in mid-air. Yeah, he turns back to the right. So therefore, he is stuck in this infinite loop. Yeah, due to the fact that he's a climber as well. Oh, and he was pre-assigned a floater as well. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, so in the meantime, the platform that just finishes goes back to the right. And he's going to be delayed, yeah, thanks to the fact that he's a climber and glider. And he will also glide past the blocker, I believe. Yeah, so giving this guy all the time in the world to platform up this big gap. Oh yeah, so he definitely goes over the blocker. Okay, and then we go ahead and bomb the blocker, which therefore frees the neutral from this endless loop. And also releases the other lemmings as well. And he will finish up before the neutral arrives. And we need this neutral to be the first lemming to come, as he needs to disarm this trap before any of the other lemmings can walk into it. Yeah, I really like this animation that the floating eye just falls to the ground. Yeah, indicating that it's essentially dead. Yeah, or disarmed. And will no longer work. It's no longer operational. And that's already it. And again, this was already my favorite level. One of my favorite levels in the rank. And it's even more now, yeah, because of how the intended solution, because of how this solution seems intended now. So very, very nice job there. Alrighty, the next one is Jungle War 4. What goes up? This was another level that changed. So let's go ahead and see our solution there. Just want to make sure. So Jungle War 8, 9, 10, and 11 all changed. So it looks like we have 4 levels in a row to see after this. So let's go ahead and see Jungle War 4. I somehow feel that this solution isn't quite intended as well, but it's probably close enough that it's still acceptable. So first let me go to the left. We're going to go ahead and build up. Yeah, oh yeah, and I stretched out that bridge so that he is able to connect with the wall here. Alrighty, and then we start building up to the right here. And yes, because the fall is now getting a little high, yeah, now I should start building a staircase down here. Yeah, to prevent any splash from happening. There we go. And then in the meantime, we continue building up. I don't know if it was possible for me to do that in one builder bridge. But even if it was, I think they will still get affected by the one-way force field here. So it would take 2 more builders. And yes, they fortunately still fall onto the builder staircase here. Okay, so now we're over the top here. So I wait for everyone to turn around first. Yeah, with one of the last lemmings in the crowd, go ahead and bash to the right. Collect this gold button. And then we dig down here, where they will be turned around by this one-way force field. Okay, that unlocks the exit. And then dig down with one of the last lemmings here. Well, here I dig with the second last lemming. Okay, and then build over. We're going to use our remaining 2 builders, yeah, to turn him back around to the right. And then I dig down here. And fortunately, the one-way force field does extend enough so that it turns everyone back to the left. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and bash to the right. He'll just go to the exit. Yeah, I believe I used the final lemming here. Yes. Oh, and there happened to be a lemming stack right behind him. But fortunately, he turns around and escapes the digger pit just in time. Yeah, before he is able to fall through and fall out to the left here. And that's already it. As a matter of fact, I think I did check the intended solution here. Yeah. And as it turns out, my solution is very different, but so no, this should still be acceptable, especially since this still ended up using all the skills. For some very odd reason, I thought I remembered having at least a skill left over, but I guess not. Alrighty, so that's Jungle War 4. Next one would be Jungle War 8. Waste not, want not. Here I also checked the intended solution after I resolved this level. Yeah, and once again, my solution is very different. Okay, so as it turns out, I used a proper builder wall with 3 builders. In the intended solution, I believe only 2 builders were used, yeah, to hold the crowd in. Okay, and then here, I first built to the left. 1 builder bridge is enough if you position it correctly, so that he turns back to the right. Yeah, there we go. And now he's the only one that will be going out to the right, yeah, up here. So then build up some more. Okay, and then we build over this trap here. As a matter of fact, we keep on going. Okay. Yeah, he unfortunately hits his head and turns back. As a matter of fact, it might be possible to do this without him turning back around, and therefore maybe some builders could have been spared. Okay, build up here. Okay, and then build. And then build again, of course. Okay, he gets a floater. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn him back around by building. And then at this time, I go ahead and... why is it that the... Oh, yes. Yeah, because there's a tiny gap. That's right. So I guess at some point, I did build out to the right here. As a matter of fact, when does this builder bridge happen? Oh, so while I was building this bridge over here. Okay, and then I plug up that tiny gap. So now they are able to walk out to the right here. Okay, and this was timed in such a way so that this lemming that's coming back to the left, he builds this platform just in time before the others arrive. And with the first lemming up here, I go ahead and build so that he hits his head and turns back to the left to collect this final go button. Okay, and then I use my final 2 builders to get past the trigger area here at the trap. Yeah, he doesn't connect with the bridge on the other side, but that's quite alright. As the most important thing is that he gets over the trigger area. As a matter of fact. Oh yeah, he's still gonna fall into the trap trigger area, so therefore that last builder is needed. So even though I used all the skills here, my solution is very, very different from the intended one. So it's very interesting seeing these variations. Alrighty? So that's Jungle War 8. So let's go ahead and see Jungle War 9. Entrapment. Here, my solution is also different. But the only difference here is that is how I use the shimmier / walker. Yeah, that's really the only difference here. But I'm thinking it's still acceptable though. Because quite honestly, I don't think there's exactly a way to enforce the intended solution. Alrighty, so first lemming will build. And one of the lemmings will bash away the staircase so that everyone will walk down here and be contained within these one-way force fields. Yeah, and also, if anyone is allowed to get up here, then I believe they will start splatting as well. Yeah, it's fatal by a pixel or 2. So then he platforms across. And let me see. Oh yes, with one of the lemmings that's coming from the trapdoor, I have him shimmy along the bottom here. And then another platformer section, and that should bring the shimmier just underneath where the scope button is, where he'll collect it, and then I bomb him. So it makes this bomber hole on the floor there. Yeah, not enough to break through so that the lemmings will fall down and splat, but enough so that we are able to bash to the right later. Okay, and then he needs one more platformer section. Okay, and then once the platformer finishes, then I start bashing to the right here. Okay, the lemming at the top will go along here, and then we're going to go ahead and platform up this gap here. Okay, so with the final 2 lemmings here, so the first one that's out in front on the right will bomb, and then the one right behind him, I give him a shimmier jump just to delay him enough so that when the bomber explodes, he's able to fall right on top of the go button here. And then here, I believe I bomb him as well. Yes, before he falls down and splats. Before he lands and splats, I should say. Okay, and then bash to the left here. Give him a disarmor. Yes, and it looks like I already did. Okay, and then he platforms to get over here. And then I block here. Well, anywhere along here is fine. But in any case, we need to block so that we turn everyone else back to the right. Okay, and then I release him with a walker. And then finally bash. While he's bashing, he is... Oh, you can't even see the trigger area for the go button. But if I use this one, for example, yeah, fortunately it does extend enough so that the basher is still able to collect these go buttons up here. Okay, and then he'll disarm this trap and collect this go button here. So, according to the intended solution, Really, the only difference here is the shimmier instead is used for another lemming up here, and then you cancel the shimmier with a walker, where he'll fall down, and then I believe one of them bombs here as well. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and load up the intended solution for Jungle War 9. Yeah, I know there's another detail that I'm forgetting here. Not that one. Jungle War 9 Entrapment. So you'll see that the my solution is quite close to the intended one. As a matter of fact, I believe we did it with the exact same lemming too. So in other words, bash with the third lemming, just like I did. Okay, platform. Okay, shimmy. Okay, it drops down, and then bombs. Yeah, just like I did. Oh yes. So as you can see, yeah, while there's still about 6 lemmings coming out of the hatch, yeah, he shimmies with with another lemming up here. And because of these one-way force fields, he's essentially stuck in this infinite loop until he cancels him with a walker. So as you can see, yeah, he's just going to bounce back and forth. Okay, and then he starts bashing to the right using the bomber hole that was made. As a matter of fact, when did he start bashing? Okay, so long after the top lemming is around here. So in other words, he started bashing way later than I did. Yeah, which is always a better thing to do, especially since this way you're not making it extremely tight. Yeah, where the crowd would beat the worker lemming before this gap is finished with the platformer. Okay, and then with the final lemming going out to the right, yeah, after getting to the one-way force fields here, then he bombs. So now the stage is set to cancel the the shimmier with a walker, using this newly made bomber hole. Okay, and give him a disarmer. Okay, platform across. Oh yes, yes, I remember now. He essentially blocks right underneath where he'll release the shimmier with a walker. And then using the faller, he bombs so that he releases the blocker. Yeah, but first, he needs everyone to turn around to the right first. And there you go. Now he can cancel him with a walker, which he does right now. And then bombs him. Yeah, releasing the blocker, and now he can go ahead and bash to the left. Yeah. So really, that's the only difference right here. The second shimmier is used for this instead of me just simply temporarily delaying one of them until the bomber bombs through. And I believe it requires the final two lemmings to be extremely close to each other in order to achieve what I did in my solution. So in a way, mine is slightly hackish and a bit harder to pull off. So yes, so there's my solution and the intended solution. Now the next level that changed is Jungle War 10, Indiana Jones. And this, as was seen in the my LP, I was actually stuck on this level for a while. Yeah, and I was wondering if I was just simply being a dum-dum here. In a way, I kind of was. But at the same time, yeah, I've also been told that this was supposed to be quite a difficult level. This is the one... No, not Industry War. There you go. I have several replays here, so yes, the one with the most recent timestamp is what I want. And from what I remember, my solution is definitely not intended. So, release with a walker. Dig down. Okay, build. Yes, and I believe I start digging before he turns back to the left. Okay, so if I select a stacker and I put it over the digger, you'll see that the stacker actually starts a pixel lower when he is taking nothing. So this was something that I was probably aware of, but I never realized it before. Yeah, I just simply did not make that connection. Okay, so after he lays one brick, yeah, then I dig again, so that he gets another pixel lower. Yeah, thanks to that stacker brick that was laid. Then stack again. Then dig. And now platform across. Yeah, since we are our diggers. Okay, stack here. Yeah, so I pretty much interrupt him with a jumper when he lays his 6 stacker brick. So he hoists himself up. Then we jump, collecting this climber pickup. Give him a climber. Oh yes, and then shortly after climbing for a bit, yeah, then I have him jump so that he gets on here and collects the swimmer pickup. Give him a swimmer. And then he climbs up this wall here. And then we're going to go ahead and jump so that he collects the glider. And then stack here. Okay, and then he's just going to climb. Yeah, so there's no need to interrupt him there with a jumper. Oh yes, and I stack again. Yeah, as this is still not enough for him to land on the platform and bridge down here. And of course, yeah, we need to do it in such a way so that he does not close off the gap here. So there you go, he lands on the platform and bridge. And then, just like before, because he's not a glider, yeah, I am able to give him a jumper so that he attaches himself to the wall and starts climbing. And then, oh, so here it doesn't really matter. So now here I can either make him jump or make him a glider. So here, I guess I decided to give him a glider. But here it is definitely possible to have a no glider solution here. So that's my solution. Let's go ahead and see the intended solution here. Not that one. Where is it? Okay, so here's the intended solution. Dig down here. Okay, so he digs all the way the grass, and then he starts stacking. Okay, interrupt him with a jumper. Okay, then dig again. Stack. Interrupt with a jumper, then dig. Stack. Interrupt with a jumper, and dig. Okay, platform across. Yeah, just like I did. Oh, so he's actually not that further past the wall here. Or the underside. Okay, and then he builds. Okay. Yeah, and the trigger error is like a bit low, so that the builder is still able to collect the climber pickup. Then he stacks. Okay, turns around. What did he do? Give him a climber. Okay, so after laying one stacker brick, yeah, then he makes him jump. So he collects the glider pickup. Give him a glider. So it appears that stacker brick is important, so that the glider is able to land on it. Okay, climbs over. And because he's close enough to the wall, yeah, he's able to attach himself to the wall while gliding, which is important, because if he starts gliding, then he's not able to climb the wall. Okay, after climbing, he falls back down, glides to get here, collects the swimmer pickup, then we just give him a swimmer. He makes his way back up, climbs up again, and then give him a jumper, and that's it. So this uses all the skills, whereas I have one skill level over. I can either have a jumper left over or a glider left over. Okay. So, some crucial differences there. And then finally, the last change level for Jungle War is Jungle War 11, which is the bonus level. Originally the bonus level. Riddle with the Ancients. Here's my intended solution. My solution. Yeah, here I am hearing me say that my solution's intended. No, it's not. because my solution is very different. And I gotta say, a bit hackish as well. So first let me out. Going back to the left, we'll climb. Okay, have him shimmy across. Okay, dig down here. And yes, once he's low enough, then we start building. Okay, that takes 3 builder sections. So then he turns back to the left. Do I start digging down here? I don't think I do. Oh, I send out 2 climbers in the meantime. So, yes, and then another climber a little further behind. So that's while the 3rd builder section was going on. Okay. Yeah, they're going to shimmy along. So he gets a floater. So he can land down here safely. Okay, dig here with the using the maximum width of the digger. Okay, and then same thing here. Okay, and because he's a floater, he does not need to shimmy across again. Okay, so these diggers are going to keep going until they get low enough so that everyone can step up. During which I interrupt the first digger on the left with a basher. Okay, unfortunately that cancels the other digger in time. And then I interrupt the basher mid-stroke with a builder. Okay, and then with the other climber going to the left, I go ahead and have him build. So this right here was a bit timing precise. Timing heavy, I should say. So not a bit, but very timing heavy. And it's important that it's with a digger because we only have 1 floater, which was already given to this climber here. So therefore, there's no way to save both of these climbers to go back to the left here. Because only one of them can be saved with the shimmer. Okay, and then we just simply build up here. Okay, the other climber would just simply go to the exit. Oh no, not yet. I'm sorry. He digs down. Okay, and then this climber, which is not a floater, yeah, give him a shimmer. Yeah, this climber will go to the exit. Okay, and then once we get to around where the builder staircase is, then we start bashing to the right. Okay, and then finally build up. And then that's already it. So that's my solution. Let's go ahead and see the intended solution. Okay, so immediately at the start, he maxes out the release rate. Makes the 3rd, 4th, and 5th lemmings climbers. There's a really specific reason for this, as we will see. Okay, they all get shimmers. And let's see. Okay, dig here with the leftmost lemming, and then using the maximum width of the digger, dig with the next one, the one in the middle. The one furthest ahead will go on, dig down here like I did. Okay, build. I believe he does it in such a way so that he turns around as well. Okay, and yes, they actually go all the way down to the bottom. Because here, I actually failed to realize that there's actually steel down here. I never noticed it. So I thought that was pretty intriguing when they just kept going. And also with some sectional wall to the left. Okay, he should get a floater, I think. Oh, no, actually, I think he digs down. Yeah, he does. Using the maximum width of the digger. Okay, bash with one of the climbers. Yeah, unfortunately, the other one's close enough so that he doesn't climb past. And then he'll just eventually turn back to the left. So, he gets a floater, though. And, yeah, there's a bit of wall here so that he does not fall to the water. Okay, and he stops and does not destroy the builder staircase. Okay, so here, so as you can see here, yeah, he collects the go button just in time for the exit unlock before he is able to slip past. And yes, this is with the floater. Okay, he's gonna make his way back up. And then, again, he's gonna stop due to the steel here. And yes, there is a tiny gap here in which Lemmings will slip to the out to the water. Oh, and what happened here? Yeah, with the final Lemming in the crowd. Yeah, he bashes and also releases this climber, which is important because he is not a floater. And then he builds up, and the builder will finish just in time before anyone is able to fall down here. Just barely, though, I think. No, there was a couple of leeway there. There was a bit of leeway. Okay, and then he just simply builds up. And then, because this climber is not a floater, yeah, in order to save him, he just gives him a shimmer. So as you can see, way different from mine. And I actually checked the amount of time that was taken here. And as it turns out, my solution, even though it's very, very different from the intended one, mine actually finishes about 40th hundredths of a second faster than the intended solution. Which I found very, very amusing. So even though mine is very, very different, my solution is very different, it still ended up finishing faster. And I can even tweak the solution to finish faster as well, with way more time. Okay, so that's all the Jungle War lows that changed. The only other rank that had changed levels is in the Gear War rank. And I believe here there were only 2 lows that changed. I think. So first one would be Trial by Fire. This one's quite a nice one now. But I remember when I first played this one, I actually found this low difficult. Let's map out. Let me go ahead and check. 5, 6, 6. Yeah, 6. And that's it, I believe. Yes, so just 2, 5, and 6. Okay. Okay, first one out gets a climber, platforms across. Next one will get a climber after he turns back to the left. Okay, here's the splitter, keeps on going to the right here. Up here, we're going to go ahead and platform. Platform here. And then platform here as well. Okay, send another climber out going to the right. Okay, he's going to fall down here and collect this gold button. Yeah, the splitter was pointing to the left, so therefore he turns back to the left. Okay, replatform. Send up another climber going to the right. Oh yes, and the climber that was just over here, he drowns in the water. There's really no way to save him there. Bash on through. Yeah, the splitter makes him go to the right here. Oh yes, and yeah, splitter was pointing to the left, so he goes back to the left. Goes to the right, as I said. Okay, bash on through up here. Okay, this climber will be used to get this gold button here, since they are both pointing to the left. Okay, send out another climber going to the right. Okay, bash on through here. Okay, platform up here. Here we don't want the platform yet, as we still need to collect this gold button. If we do platform, then we can't get to the gold button down here. Okay, so now that's collected. And then focus is up here. Okay, mine down. Collect this gold button. Send out another climber going to the left here. Okay, bit pixel precise here, but we need to mine in such a way so that when the miner breaks through, he's going to fall on top of the splitter, on top of the splitter's trigger area, which therefore sets it off and reverses its direction. So now it's pointing to the right. And then we do the same thing here. Mine through. And then, once again, mine in such a way so that he falls on top of the trigger area of the splitter. Okay, and then send out a climber going to the right. So, oh yes, I should point out that now, because of the way the followers reverse the direction of the splitter, now they're pointing in the correct direction for the last climber to go. Because this last gold button is over here. So he gets on through, platform across. collect the last gold button, and then finally bash to get to the exit. So very, very nice. That was a very nice trick using fallers to reverse the direction of a splitter. Alright, and the next one, switching gears. This one, interestingly enough, took me a while. I don't know why I found this level to be difficult, even after the change. But the biggest reason for that is because I kept trying to avoid releasing the zombie here, because for some odd reason, I didn't think he would be useful in the solution. But as it turns out, both zombies are needed in the solution here. So it's really interesting that even with just 2 skill types, this still managed to give me some trouble. Okay, so with the lemming that's on the left here, we bash. Yeah. Okay, and then bash here. Okay, so now this splitter is now pointing in the other direction, which we're going to use a zombie to trigger off these splitters, so that the lemming who collects this gold button here will be able to go on through here. As we cannot have any regular lemmings or the neutral go out to the left here, where they will fall in the water and there's no escape. Okay, dig down here, while leaving a slither wall. Okay, and we start bashing once the digger is on knocked in, so that he just falls down after bashing with 1 stroke. So this will release the zombie, where he'll go through these splitters down here. Okay, and then with this last regular lemming up here, we bash out to the left. Let's see here. Then dig here. Bash through. Actually, there's something wrong here. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, there's nothing wrong. So, the regular lemming, since he's in front, he's going to go ahead and trigger off the splitter, so that it points to the left, and when the zombie hits it, he'll reverse the direction of the splitter again. So now it points to the right. In the meantime, the splitter, which is pointing to the left, it makes the lemming reverse direction. However, since this splitter is pointing to the right, he's going to turn back to the right. And since this is pointing to the right, yeah, he is able to pass on through and get to the exit. And then, as far as I can tell, I checked the intended solution, and pretty much the only major difference is simply digging here instead, so that the lemming falls down, and then bashing out to the right. So that's really the only difference there. And a couple of variations in the timing of the bashing and digging. But other than that, it's mostly the same. Okay, and then finally, the last change level is Gear Wars 6. Because all the other levels are on version 3, which I solved. And that was after I came back and finally solved Gear Wars 7 after being stuck on that one for almost 2 months. So the final level is Gear Wars 6. Yeah, like clockwork. Okay, and then here it is. This one also, interestingly enough, took me a while. Yeah, I kept not being able to wrap around my head of finishing off these gaps, and then releasing the neutrals, and trying to do it in such a way so that we beat the zombie. But unfortunately, it does not work. Yeah, no matter how hard you try. So instead, the solution is this. Mine with the first lemming here. The other lemming will go on, bash to the left here. Okay, and then I start platforming. Okay, bash on through. Okay, platform. Okay, platform here. And then build. Okay, platform again. Okay, and this was done in such a way so that he does not turn around. Alrighty, and now the fun part. All the neutrals have dropped out of the hatch. So now we're going to kind of play seesaw here. So with our walkers, with the mini walkers grab, we reverse the direction in the normal lemming, so that after the zombie has triggered off the splitter, yeah, the regular lemming would trigger it off, and therefore point in the other direction, keeping the zombie pinned in here. And we can do this for as long as we still have walkers. Okay. In the meantime, the platformer turns around. So as you can see, we're playing Ring Around the Rosie with the zombie here, keeping this zombie infinitely trapped on the other side. Okay. In the meantime, the bottom lemming bashes Drew so as to release the neutrals. Okay, and then this is the final time I use the walker. So therefore, I have 2 walkers left over. So until I saw this, yeah, that's the reason why I was stuck on this though. I'm not exactly sure why it took me so long to see this right here. Yeah, using the walkers to keep the zombie pinned in. After collecting this gold button up here, I kept trying to turn him back around with walkers and get him down here to try to finish up these gaps before the basher frees the neutral. But as it turns out, you don't have enough time to do all of that. Yeah, as the zombie would just simply catch up. And also, the gaps won't even be done. And that's already it. So really, the only difference here is from the intended solution is that instead of interrupting the builder in the first section with a walker, the intended solution does not interrupt them with walkers. Okay, and that's pretty much it for all the change levels here. But even with this, yeah, I'm pretty sure some of my solutions are still back routes though. But in any case, yes, that is all the level pack. So we are finally done, or rather, I'm finally done, and I can finally move on to other level packs, which I plan to LP. But in any case, let me go ahead and give a quick quickly go over the levels here. So Jungle World, yes, Jungle World. Even though it is the first rank, I actually still found this quite difficult. Um, but in Jungle World 3 was definitely one of my favorites, as I mentioned before. And Jungle World 6 is also another favorite of mine. Uh, it was a difficult one, but it's definitely a favorite. And as I said before, Indiana Jones, that one had me stuck the longest in the entire rank. Um, Gear World was just slightly harder than Jungle World, I felt. Yeah, I definitely had a lot of struggles in Gear World. Yeah, 2 was a difficult one for me. And 1, as I mentioned before, it's very, very similar to Jungle War 1. Yeah, in that the concepts were pretty much the same in order to solve it. 3, I say, was also a bit difficult as well. Well, a bit difficult, I say difficult. 4 was difficult too, but it didn't take me anywhere near as long as 3, I believe. 5, yeah, unusually stumped me for a while. 6, yeah, 6 also took me a while as well. But in the first version, I came up with an extremely fiddly and hackish solution there to try to get rid of that zombie. 7, as I mentioned a couple of times, yeah, that one had me stuck the longest out of any level in the pack, where I was stuck there for almost 2 months. And then the idea for the solution just came to me, yeah, while I was on my lunch break one day. About 2 weeks ago, I want to say. So I honestly had no idea why it took me so long to see the RA manipulation several times at that low in order to get the solution and timing to work. And then the rest, the remaining 3 levels, I felt like they weren't as difficult as some of the earlier levels in the rank. Yeah, 8 wasn't as bad as I thought. 9 wasn't too bad either. It's just I just wasn't a fan of the concept that in the solution of using stackers to bridge a gap. And I'm not just saying that just because I tend to be very bad with stackers. Um, Gear War 10, that one was a bit difficult. No. That one was difficult, I should say. I got plenty of the parts down quickly, but it was really the timing that was quite difficult there. Yeah, as it still took me some time to try to get to work. Okay, Mono World, yes, I felt that rank was easier than the previous 2 ranks. Um, oh, did I even mention which Gear War levels were my favorite here? I guess Trial by Fire can be considered one of my favorites. Um, uh, Guild Wars 6, yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites. Yeah, I really, really like that idea of keeping that zombie pendant infinitely, as long as you have walkers. Um, Let me see. Oh, Guild Wars 7, that's definitely a favorite of mine, despite stopping me for almost 2 months. Yeah, that was a really, really good solution, especially with using the RR several times. 2x4 can almost be considered a favorite of mine. It was just a little worrisome that about losing too many lemmings. Okay, welcome to Mono War 1. Yeah, that was definitely easier than the first levels of the previous two ranks. Than either of the first levels of the previous two ranks. Catch My Drift wasn't as difficult as I thought, but it was still a challenge though. Oh, Mono War 3. That was definitely a favorite of mine. Yeah, solution is really, really good. And I gotta say, it's not too difficult either. Somewhat easy, I should say. Okay, Mono War 4 was difficult for me. As a matter of fact, I think I meant to check the Nintendo solution there, but well, I'm not gonna do it in this video, as I'm pretty sure I'm already running long on time. So let's see how quickly I can get through this overview. Type Citadel, interestingly enough, was a difficult one for me. I definitely recognize it as a rehashing of Type City from the original Lemmings. Um, and then I just remember the solution just all of a sudden came to me when I finally realized what needed to be done. But as it turns out, I incorrectly criticized the heavy timing here that I used in my solution. As it turns out, yeah, I made it far more complicated than I needed to. Okay, 6 is definitely a back route, as I don't think the low is supposed to be that easy at all. Hologram wasn't too difficult. I would say it's just annoying more than anything. Yeah, particularly with avoiding infection by the zombies. In particular, the getting infected after climbing the stacks. Now that took me by surprise. 8 was a hard one, but that's because I had difficulty with the starting area. And as it turns out, my solution is very, very different from the intended solution. Mine definitely seems and feels very hackish. 9 was a easy one, I thought. Yeah, I didn't think this one was too hard. I'm not exactly sure my solution's intended though. Yeah, I think I might have had a skill left over, or if not, then I probably did use all of them. 10 was a hard one, but it's one of my favorites. In particular, climbing up the digger shot, that was very, very clever. And I did check the Nintendo solution there. Very, very different from mine though. 11, yeah, I found this one to be hard. It is a very nice level though, and I think just like some of the other levels in this pack, yeah, I ended up making my solution far more complicated than I need to. But well, as I said before, I just take any solution that works. Wacky World 1, yeah, I would say is only slightly more difficult than Mono World 1, but still not that hard. Wacky World 2, yeah, now that one ended up being a hard one for me. Um, but as it turns out, I simply did the sequencing of skills incorrectly, and there were also some things that I couldn't wrap my head around. Now 3, yes, that one was a really, really good one. Once again, I incorrectly criticized the unfairness of the solution, and when it actually turns out there's absolutely nothing unfair about it, I just simply went about the load the wrong way, and the load title is very appropriate. Yeah, the solution may seem obvious, but no, if you do that, you will not get the load solved. As a matter of fact, for quite a while, I kept trying the incorrect way, and the best I could do was simply lose 2 over the requirement, or under the requirement, I should say. Okay, 4 was easy, wasn't too hard. Although my solution to 4 might be a back route though. 5 was somewhat difficult, but it was a very nice puzzle with avoiding the splat pads. 6, I don't think it's quite intended either, even though I use all the skills, I think. Or I might have had a couple skills left over, I don't remember. 7, mine is probably not intended either, and I did find it a little difficult, but quite a nice one. And I especially love the design there, especially since green happens to be my favorite color. Oh, 8, that was a really, really good one. I think here, mine solution is somewhat not intended, so it might be a slight back row. But it's still a very, very nice one of everything low, though. The only thing I'm quite confused about is the very high exit limit on the top exit. That one I'm quite confused about. And why does it display a number that high? 9 was a pretty good one. Not too difficult, but it's still challenging, I should say. And then 10, that one was quite a difficult one. So I think my problem here was just being able to visualize the solution and what needs to happen. Okay, and then the industry world. One, I would say is maybe about the same difficulty as Wacky World 1, but still not too challenging. Yeah, even for low with just 2 skill types, where you have bombers and stoners only. Bait and switchboard, that was a pretty good one. I actually found that one difficult, but it's a very, very nice one. I just simply went about the low the wrong way, and kind of had some conceptual mistakes there. Now 3, that one ended up stomping me longer than it needed to. I remember the solution just all of a sudden came to me after just staring at the low for quite a while. And again, conceptual mistakes there that prevented me from solving the low, but it's a very, very nice one. Definitely one of my favorites. 4, nothing too hard about that one. Kind of a breather in a way. It is a very nice concept of keeping the crowd contained inside the fencer tunnel, though. That one's quite clever. 5, I found to be hard, and I think I meant to check the Nintendo solution there as well. Yeah, mine did feel a bit hackish, despite using all the skills there. 6. I think I might have had a skill left there. I might have used all the skills. I don't quite remember. 6 wasn't as bad as I thought. 7 I found difficult, and my solution turned out very, very different from the Nintendo solution. But I still thought the using fallers from high places to stone to bridge the gap to the exit, I thought that was quite clever. Now 8, this one was another huge stumper for me. It took about the same amount of time as it did for Industry World 3. And again, conceptual mistakes. And I kept trying other things that ultimately did not work, because I would be a skill short or something. Or something else happened, such as neutrals would get in danger before they can be saved. But it's a very, very nice one. Definitely one of my favorites. 9 wasn't as bad as I thought. But I did check the Nintendo solution there. And yes, mine is definitely a back route. Several things unintended in my solution, and also I had a couple of skills left over as well. And then finally 10, yeah, like I said before, I've already checked the Nintendo solution. As a matter of fact, you see the Nintendo solution here as well, after you see me solve the level. So it's definitely a back route. Well, maybe not definitely a back route, but rather, my solution is very, very different, especially with the way the start is done. But yes, that is the entire LemRunner pack, so I'm really happy to finally be done. Yeah, even though I left the LP hanging for almost 2 months after being majorly stumped on Gear Wars 7. But yes, I'm so glad to be done. And this will make the second pack by 10x that I have completed after Renaissance Lemmings. Well, I guess you could count Chalkboard and what's the other one? There was some other demo, I think. But well, I guess this will also be maybe the first one by Dexter as well. But yes, this level pack was definitely very challenging, even more so than Renaissance. And through the packs that of 10x's that I played, they have they all have been quite challenging. So, but the other packs that I have not played, Integral and what's the other one? All Hallows Eve. Yeah, I haven't played those yet, but I eventually plan to at some point. And so I will make it clear to 10x that I will eventually LP those packs at some point. It just won't be for a while. Yeah, it may be like several months from now before I get to them. But rest assured that I will LP them at some point. And if I and once I do start them, then I'll let you know. I'll give you the link to my videos. But well, I'm not exactly sure if this is true or not, but I have a feeling that possibly 10x and Dexter themselves are subscribed to my YouTube channel. So maybe that's the reason why I've been getting all those likes on the LP videos. I could be wrong though, but 10x could always clarify for me if he wants. Any way he can. So yes, that is the entire LemRunner pack. So I definitely hope you enjoyed this LP series on this pack, and I would definitely recommend giving this pack a go. But do be warned that it is quite a difficult one, though. Yeah, do not expect this pack to be a very fast solve. Yeah, this one definitely took me a while. Um, but even then, yeah, don't let the high difficulty put you off in attempting this pack. So, with the completion of this LP, I think what I would do is take a break for a couple of days before I start my next one. I haven't exactly decided what level pack that I want to do next, but I think, as I've already stated from quite a while back, yeah, Destination by Nessie might be my next LP. Yeah, as I promised him a long time ago that I wanted to LP it, but I have not gotten around to doing it yet because of LemRunner. Yeah, in a way, I kind of prioritize LemRunner. Just thinking that it would be maybe like a quick complete solve, yeah, of the entire pack. But no, I was very, very wrong there. But only because yeah, there was one level that ended up stopping me for a very long time. Yeah, and I ended up taking an extended break from LPing the pack and Lemmings in general before finally came back a couple weeks ago. But well, things like this happen, and yes, it should be very clear that even I, yeah, who is one of the more adept solvers in the community, even I get stumped. Yeah, and I get stumped all the time. Yeah, if that hasn't been made clear in my LPs. But well, yeah, given enough time, yeah, then I'm able to solve the lows. The only thing, the only pack that has not been true for that is Nepster Lems, where I'm still currently stumped in the first level of the final rank in that pack. I came back to that level from a couple of days ago, but I still haven't made too much progress there. I'm still stuck there. But well, at the same time, I haven't really given too much of my focus on it. Yeah, I haven't really been seriously trying to solve that level. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to get myself unstuck soon, though. But yes, as I've already stated uh, many minutes ago, yeah, I think I've already been running long here, so it's definitely a good time for a cut here. So hope you enjoyed this LP video series on LemRunner, and I'll see you all for the next project, whenever and wherever that will be.